Hello, everyone. Welcome to the GLORIO Chat, the best anime podcast on the internet. Well, it's almost the end of the year, folks. 2025 is almost gone. I regret to inform you, we only have, I think, one episode of the podcast left before it's top 10 time. By the time this comes out, it'll be December. I'm looking forward to this year's top 10 conversation. I don't know if we can number one contenders this season. I don't know how you guys are feeling, unless me and G want to do something very funny with.
All right, Joe. I'm just saying, if you and I both put Cinderella Grey at number one, I think we could weigh that would weigh it pretty heavily towards the front of the pack here.
It might make top 5 if we both pick it number 1, right? This is why I have always kept all of our voting anonymous, so that no one can plan any takeovers of our top 10.
No collusion.
Yeah, it's got to be. That said, I do know the guy that counts the votes, so
Well, we trust your impartiality, Joe. Don't worry.
Yes, of course. Again, I always point to the fact that my number one never makes it to number one, so that is my proof that I'm not fixing the vote. But anyway. That is still a whole month away, though, before we get to that. So we do have some anime to talk about, and some good anime. Even if, like I said, I don't know if these are number one contenders, but there's some good ones. Some wild stuff going on in Sanda and whatnot. So we'll get into all that. But to introduce everybody, I'm Jel. We are joined by Iro.
I'm still here. I'm not dead yet.
Iro's still with us, despite our almost technical hiccup.
Yes.
Starting this, but the audience doesn't need to know about all that. We're also joined by G.
My heartfelt congratulations to Admire Terra for being the true winner of the 2025 Japan Cup.
Okay.
Pay no heed to the fact that Admire Terra does not appear in the standings. That is simply because of the slight technicality that Admire Terra finished first in the Japan Cup 2025 without their jockey.
Damn.
Oh, really?
Doesn't count then, huh?
Did he fall off or something?
Yeah, no, so...
Does that still count?
It does not. No.
Oh, okay.
Legally, it is actually not counted, but yes. But so obviously, jockeys getting, bucked from their horses is like nothing new in horse racing, is my understanding. But what I am looking up is this
the horse going on to win the race is probably
this is like one of the first occasions of the horse going to the riderless horse going on to win the race, which is it's just really funny because it's like they're like because I think the actual winner's name is like Calandigan or something, and so like all the announcers and the press photos are like Calandigan takes it, Calandigan wins the Japan Cup, and no, Calandigan is not the horse in front in all the photos. In all the photos.
Look, you had to take off the training weights.
Yes, jockeys are just dead weight apparently.
I can't wait till that storyline hits Umamusume season 12.
Yes. Looking forward to 2031 when Admire Terra gets introduced, gets added to Umamusume global server.
How do you translate that joke to horse girls? I don't know.
I don't even know.
We have time to think about it. Yeah.
They got some creative people over at Side Games. I'm sure after that race happened, they immediately went to the writer's room and were like, all right, what do we...
We got to come up with something on this one, yeah. Yeah. Okay. And we are also joined by Artemis.
Hey, I would say it is good to be here. And it is good to be here. And I would say I am bringing good taste to the podcast. But judging by what I'm watching and how displeased I am with certain developments, I'm not sure that's really the case this time around.
Credentials being thrown into question.
Yeah.
Well, you've built up a lot of goodwill over the past 10 years with us on this, so yes, we can let a little bit slide on this one, but we'll talk about that. Okay, so let's get into stuff that we are watching. And I don't know, Artemis, that the first thing I have on our notes qualifies for what you're talking about.
Well,
but
so
that you are still
yeah.
watching the Campfire Cooking in Another World show.
I am still watching it, and I'm not this show is not one that you should take seriously. Like, it's just not, if you're watching the show and taking it with extreme seriousness, you're watching it wrong. But the show is like low-key racist.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
to fantasy creatures.
Okay.
So the most recent episode that I watched, the main character is looking to get like a specialty grill crafted, right?
Okay.
So, and where do you go in a fantasy world when you want something special that is metal or metal crafted? You go to the dwarves.
Yeah.
So he hits up the dwarves, and it shows just like a collage of him getting like forcibly like just booted out, just like literally kicked out of every place he goes into for daring to ask the dwarves to craft something that is not a weapon. And then the next shot of him is him like talking to one of his friends that he's made in town who lives there and knows the place, and he's like, yeah, this town is famous, we've got the best like weapon makers, so that they're all gonna scoff at you and get angry if you ask them to make anything that's not like a sword or an axe or something. Dwarves are all like famously bad-tempered, right? Like,
of course.
And then he's like, but your bargaining would go better if you offered a drink, because all dwarves are also great drinkers.
Yep.
So all the dwarves here have bad tempers and are drunks, I guess.
So like, if he asked the dwarves to like craft like a beer stein, would they also throw him out? Like,
so the next shot of him is going into like finally a different place and saying like, hey, let me show you my plans that I've drawn up for this specialty grill. And the dwarf is like, no, get the fuck out of here, basically. And he's like, by the way, I have this specialty rare from an island nation whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And the dwarf is just like, what? What did you say?
Wait, he got Yamazaki 18?
He got, I can't remember what it was. I think it was Yamazaki something.
Oh, man. Look, hey, I mean, I'm not even a dwarf. If you got that on hand,
It might have been, but just like
what did you say, a grill? I mean, I've never made one before, but I can try.
Just the very large brushstrokes with which these fancy creatures are being painted.
Right. Like, are we doing the like they don't know about distilling thing? Or
they have, I mean, it's a fantasy world. They have like probably your ales and beers and wines, but they don't have probably spirits, I guess, or if they do,
this whiskey was folded.
These dwarves don't know how to forge a copper still. Like,
I guess not. So yeah, he trades in 300 gold and 10 bottles of rare from this small island nation whiskey.
One bottle of Yamazaki 18 might be 300 gold in this economy. I mean,
yeah, well, he offers like, I don't know, like he offers like 5 bottles of whiskey, and the dwarf is like, make it 10, bro, and I'll do your grill.
I forget, does he still have access to the present day or real world or whatever?
Yeah, so he got upskilled, and he now has like the tenant option, which allows him to like essentially add stores. So it's not just like your basic Konbini supermarket that he can buy from. It's various
okay. He has access to like real world items, but he can't
like
go back.
shops, like stores that he can add to it. So the gods and goddesses who have blessed him with whatever skills he has are like, okay, next, can you add like this liquor store? Or can you add like a drugstore because I want fancy cosmetics, or like stuff like that.
Right. So hitting all the dwarf stereotypes.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I say it lightheartedly. It's a fantasy show with basically zero stakes whatsoever. It's okay. It's all right. It's fine. I've kind of said, I feel like this show is kind of, what it is when you're going in, and it's not really ever going to change.
Right.
so once you've kind of described the show and its tone and its general aims, then that's kind of all there is to say about it. But I did think the dwarf thing was pretty funny.
Yeah, well, I guess Dungeon Meshi remains unbeaten for the only interesting dwarves in anime fiction.
Yeah. I was gonna say if a dwarf doing all the cooking is weird, then I was gonna say did not read Dungeon Meshi,
right? Like dwarf doesn't want to make a grill. Like dwarves also heavy eaters, not just drinkers. Like
after that, he does. The dwarf is like, well, you should probably test this baby out, and if so that you can make sure it works properly, and if not, I'll make adjustments. But I don't know. He doesn't say that with any particular greed in his eye. So I guess they're just going for the drinking / bad tempered part of the dwarven mythos.
Naturally. Okay. Were there any other weird or funny fantasy things they did with that?
I don't think
in
so.
Recent episodes.
It's really like the focus just kind of remains on the food. Like it's first and foremost a food show.
Right.
Right.
So like, every episode, and it's mostly meat. Don't watch that if you're a vegetarian. It's not the show for you. It's all just him, like pretty much nearly every episode cooking up meat.
Vegetables are vegetables, but like monsters are different kinds of meat, right?
Right. So, and although I will say, I think it was probably timed this way on purpose, but the most recent episode did come out on Thursday, and he did cook essentially a turkey.
Whoa.
Like by another name, like a mythological, like it was a
actress or something.
Like, yeah, exactly. And it was just it was a turkey.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it's still trucking along then, I guess, huh?
Yep.
All right. Well, let's move on to the Fujimoto 1726 series that we recently picked up. So obviously this is everything. All the episodes have been out, but we're doing the normal pace. They're also all like different length, right? So
different lengths, different studios, different directors.
A couple of them are kind of full length episodes, and most of them are like half length, right? But interesting mix. And so we watched episode 2 and 3 since our last podcast episode. And I guess we get a lot of teenage boys pining in love.
Yes. I feel like this block here unintentionally, again, the thing that is interesting about this anthology, right, gives some insight into the ways Fujimoto started and developed as a creator.
Yeah. And so they kind of cover somewhat similar ground. There is I definitely liked I liked episode 3 a lot more than episode 2.
I think so. Yeah. Like I think both
like
of these...
I don't know what like order chronologically he did these, and assuming he wrote these when he was quite young, but
I believe he says, or I believe it's said in the anthology description, that the third episode is the first thing he ever wrote that got published.
Okay.
Which is
it is a very I liked it, but it is like a very simple kind of straightforward comedy story, right?
Yeah, like again, I almost say that the One Punch Man / Mob Psycho 100 like comparison is not entirely off the mark here. Of like,
right?
There's like the thing. I guess the brief summary of both of these episodes is that they are like romance stories with like a weird absurdist twist,
right?
Or that veers to like black humor territory, right? Like, episode 2 is about like a boy that is like, probably deeply in denial about how much he is in love with his teacher, and instead has convinced himself that no, actually the feelings he has for her is actually religious worship, and that like belief in her divinity allows him to break the laws of physics. And then Love is Blind, the third one, is about a boy who wants to confess to a girl on the last day of school.
And he will let nothing stop him.
And nothing will stop him, right? And I think, like, I think both of them are, like, they are kind of playing in the same, like, playground of leveraging extremely contrived, like, anime tropes.
Right.
But what, like, makes it entertaining, at least for, like, the 15 minutes they last, is, you know, it's the odd twist, right? You know, like I think Love is Blind, the third one, is a little bit more successful, right? Because I think, you know, it starts off as the the boy wants to confess, but his teacher interrupts him, right? And then next it's a mugger, right? And you go, okay, I get it. And I think like the thing that feels very Fujimoto is that like the escalation is now like perfect form Cell is here, you know. And this boy will not let anything get in the way of his confession, right? And, you know, I think we probably don't need to spend too much time talking about these shorts. Like, they are... I think, guys, I said at the start of this, right? I think some of these shorts will hit. I think some of these will be fine. I think that's kind of the, you know, the potential appeal of an anthology collection.
That third one, despite being, like... more simplistic story wise, like they brought in like one of the like main animation guys behind Bakemonogatari to do it, which I think was very clear, like visually.
We got at least one.
All the shaft head tilts.
Yes,
we got multiple shaft
strange
head tilts,
cut-ins and such.
I mean, it's funny it almost felt intentional, right?
Well,
what I mean is they told the director, lean into all of the like cliches of your directing style, right?
Yeah.
So is every episode then, like, obviously they are wildly different in terms of like the story, right, and the writing style and such. Is the art style also dramatically different between them, or did they try to be...
I think they're all
more cohesive a little bit, or
they are definitely doing their own different thing. I would say, like, I mean, the character designs and the look are you know, the Fujimoto art style, but
okay. I think they didn't try to change like his. They didn't go out of their way to change his original art style. Like,
no, though I would say, like, from short to short, you would probably notice varying degrees of success at capturing that look. Is what I would say.
Yeah, it's clearly like different studios, but you can tell like they're working off similar characters designed by the same person, right?
Right.
But yeah, and then of course every story is a completely different.
Did they? I feel like when I looked this up, there was no like really big name studios. Like, did they? I wonder if they intentionally avoided to some degree.
Possibly.
I mean. Yeah, like looking at it here, it's like I must admit, other than PA Works, I don't really recognize.
Right, I'm assuming some of them are subsidiaries of larger studios anyway that we would recognize if we looked them up. But you know,
I recognize Lap and Track because they worked on the Ikuhara something several years ago. The Ikuhara shows. Yeah. That one.
Okay.
Was that? Wasn't that like something? Wasn't that some studio that Ikuhara threw together anyway, or something? I don't remember. It's been a while. That's interesting. Yeah, I think overall, it you know, now that I've caught up and seen these, I can chime in, I guess, on all three of them, and it's just like. Yeah, you can definitely see the recurring ideas that Fujimoto's been kicking around. That, you know, all three of these episodes have some element blend that even though they're completely different stories, like some element that blends into the other one, you know, unintentionally, but just, you know, whether it's a very particular type of pining high school boy or aliens showing up out of nowhere.
It really does seem to like aliens.
Yes, it's a very or
very particular kinds of like muggers / criminals. Like
disgruntled people showing up with a weapon to shake things up, escalate. Like the path of escalation is similar, I suppose. But so it's definitely interesting. I think that the first one is probably still the best one out of these three so far.
I would definitely say so. I think not just because it looks the best and has the Sakuga, but I also just think its premise
is
a
more ambitious presence. But execution means a lot. I feel like number 3 was pretty well executed for what it was. It's kind of a simple love comedy thing,
right? Yeah,
right.
I was entertained. So.
No, I definitely. And again, the nice thing is that like none of these really, none of them really overstay their welcome, right? Like as far as like a 12 to 20 minute short goes, right? I think they all kind of they earn their screen time, I guess.
Yeah.
But it is a shame that we have to stop. We can't follow. We can't cover this show anymore. We can't cover Tatsuki Fujimoto. He's been canceled. This time for good. No, this is. I'm going to preface this. This is the stupidest. Like, I try not to like fuck. I try not to go those damn kids, right? Because look, every generation has its like dumb thing to get like bent out of shape over that like will look extremely dumb in like quite literally 3 weeks from now. Like people look back on like this weekend and go, that was a really dumb thing for people to get mad about. Apparently some people claim they have found pretty conclusive evidence that like the character Reze from Chainsaw Man, her appearance and outfit seem to be pretty heavily inspired by a pornographic film.
Oh no. Are you implying that Fujimoto has seen a pornographic film?
And I mean, there is a...
Hey now, this is a family-friendly podcast.
I can't believe the guy who wrote Fire Punch and Chainsaw Man may have engaged in watching pornography.
That is a film of an adult nature.
Yes.
Thank you.
Are you mean to tell me, a manga artist?
Here's the thing. As far as I can tell, it's a live action adult film with what appear to be consenting adults, which already puts him at the upper echelon of morality. If we want to talk about the types of porn mangaka have been caught with.
I mean, fair point.
And again, I don't want to go those damn kids, but like there is just that particular strain of like
are they go ahead,
sex negative like anime fan or zoomer,
right.
That's like ew, icky, gross. I don't want that in my media. And to be clear,
I was going to say, are they canceling him because he watched a adult movie, or are they canceling him because he copied the adult movie?
It feels
how much
like
plagiarism is happening here?
No, I don't think people are mad about quote unquote plagiarism. People seem legitimately like distraught and offended that Fujimoto may have found his muse in what appears to be a BDSM porn flick.
Oh, okay.
Which again seems perfectly on brand for Tatsuki Fujimoto.
If the creator of Kenshin can still get work.
Yes. That's I think what you were.
To be clear, this does not feel like a real controversy. This feels like some outsized voices manifesting on the internet.
5 people on Twitter that now become everyone on the internet, right?
Have become the main characters for the weekend. And again, in 3 weeks, everybody will agree this was the dumbest controversy in the world. It's just right now there are a weird amount of people.
I didn't even hear about this. This is the first
I've never heard about this either.
That's the thing. This will not even make headlines. Like, no, but like Okay, hey, for everybody, just in case you didn't know, like every creator just fucking steals shit from media they watch. All right, like one of the most iconic characters in all of Japanese media is because the creator of Fate Stay Night saw a white woman in a magazine.
Yep.
Yep.
They found her recently. Like,
Yeah, they interviewed
people
her.
like,
It was-
yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
yeah, it was.
that
It was
see
quite.
that I know about. That made you know,
I'm just saying this is nothing new. Like the source, like is a little like unexpected. And here's the thing: it's not even necessarily a smoking gun because like it's not like it's that unique of an outfit. It's like, I mean, it's not a common outfit what Reze wears, but like it is
Yeah, so it's
certainly
like a
not
white sleeveless blouse with like a choker or something. Like,
yeah,
I'm sure
which
there
is
have
like,
been plenty
wow,
of people.
I bet I could find a lot of girls on Tumblr who look like that. You know, it's really not that crazy, but people
Yeah.
have whipped themselves into a furor over this. You know, it's
right.
It's,
The five people. Yes,
yes,
five people,
and
yes.
I
Well,
just
Oh man, I can't believe Fujimoto was canceled and we can't finish this series then, right?
I know, yeah, no, because we only cover kid friendly anime on
Yes.
this podcast.
Like Sanda.
Yeah, I don't think I don't see. What is it streaming on Prime?
Yes, Prime.
I don't see them pulling it. But if they do, could they also pull the AI dub?
Oh my
Recently
God.
released.
Okay, are we doing this? Is impromptu news segment?
Oh my god.
God, this shit fucking
I'm
sucks.
It's terrible.
Yeah. I cannot emphasize enough. Like, do not pay Amazon to watch anime.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say what you should do to watch anime. Streaming on Amazon Prime, but you shouldn't give them money because it like legit really fucking sucks. Like it's like I don't know, man. I can't even like get into the rant anymore. It's happened so many times, but it sucks every time.
It's kind of weird because like the other shows I've watched from there have had like really nice dubs and stuff like that.
I mean, I think they're very much like I think they're testing the waters, right?
Yeah.
Like,
What are people's tolerance for this?
That particular anime has no official dub yet, like at all.
Oh,
so,
okay. That also sucks then, right?
You know, therefore making it easy pickings, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even the Fujimoto thing has a dub, like.
Yeah, I mean, Fujimoto's popular.
Yeah, I guess I can't.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, they're testing the waters,
underestimate
right?
how
like,
popular he is. But
yeah.
I think like even the most craven John marketing would not try a stunt like that on a high-profile show. But I don't think it's good that they are picking shows they deem like low key enough that they think they can sneak it
I
in.
don't think it's a low key show. Like it's not like heavily made. Like it's not your Shonen Jump. Like it's not Demon Slayer. But
Which
like,
one is this? It's Banana
not,
Fish, right?
It's Banana Fish. It's not like it is a reasonably well known series, and there are people who are very beloved of that series. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, because that's an old series too, right? Like
the manga is older, but the anime is not that. It's 2018.
Yeah, the anime is
not an old anime.
Yeah, I remember watching the anime. Yeah, so it's at least in the GLORIO era. But
right.
Yeah, that sucks. I've seen other examples popping up too.
Yeah.
It's just like people are, I don't know. With Amazon, it's weird too because like if you have like Amazon Prime just for like Amazon reasons, you're also still paying them. But I don't know. Yeah, that all sucks.
Kids,
and Amazon
don't
has
look for
been
big corporation money.
Nope.
Amazon has been getting all the shows I've been watching the past couple seasons too. Like they've got Sanda and Umamusume Cinderella Grey.
Did they get City, the animation? They did, right?
And City, yep. They had City.
Yeah.
Penny and Stocking, I think, also, right?
Penny and Stocking, yep.
And they have, they did the or the Evangelion rebuild films as well. If anyone, I'm sure like some people watched it.
Yeah.
The point I guess I'm trying to make is that we cannot stop them from getting the licensing rights to stream this anime. I am simply saying we do not have to give them our money.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's move along.
Let's talk about some good kid-friendly material.
Yeah.
Kid-friendly.
You want to talk about Digimon BEATBREAK, kid-friendly programming? Yep. We need to cleanse the palate here.
Yeah, so this episode of Monster
killed a bunch of kids?
Kind of kidnapped a bunch of kids.
Okay.
That's not as bad.
It's kind of, it was, tonally, it was a very Ghost Game-like episode, sort of pseudo-horror themed of kids are disappearing, and it's because they're getting sucked into an evil Digimon, which is draining their life force. It's all the honor students, right? And I'm just going to post a picture of this Digimon because I think Digimon are goofy. I see that. I see Mimicmon here, and I'm like, "That's a Digimon, baby."
That is a Digimon.
It's got an angel wing and a devil wing. And a ball and chain.
For listeners, for audio only listeners, this thing is a cage with a gun arm and another arm holding a ball and chain. Yeah. Or is it a flamethrower? It's flamethrower arm and another arm. So literally just a cage. Like there's no.
It does have one cartoon eye peering out of the black void of the cage.
Indeed.
Yeah. No body or anything otherwise, though, and just one arm holding a ball and chain and another arm that is a flamethrower. And an angel and a devil wing on one side only. So yes, that sure is a Digimon.
I mean, look, man, I like you were either gonna post this or like an attractive anime woman. Like I feel like it was like that coin flip was gonna go one of two ways here. And
but
your Digimons these days are gun or woman.
Yep. Robot also robot is gun, I guess.
Is robot simply not an extension of gun?
Yeah. So yes,
longest thread in forum history.
Yeah, it's robot gun. Or his gun robot. Yes, it becomes clear that this Digimon's partner is a kid who failed to reach the top 5 in the exams, and so he desperately wishes to move up in the world by getting the good grades. He had his Digimon attempt to kill the students with the top grades. Yep, and so they stop the evil plan, and the government comes to take his Digimon and destroy it.
Okay,
because all the main characters are very upset about this, and main character drops out of school for good.
Digimon don't kill people; people kill people.
Right? Is this a middle school, high school? Like how young is the character?
It's high school. Yeah.
Okay. Just out of curiosity.
Yes. So, and which was kind of funny because I just assumed, because of the kind of show this is, I assumed he was still going to school just off screen, right? But then we were like, no, actually, he's just been at the base of the team the whole time, and now he has officially dropped out of school, straight up.
That is kind of wild, considering, I think for the most part, we've criticized this before, where a lot of anime, especially that anime intentionally aimed at a younger audience, even if the characters, exactly, tend to even if the characters are rebels or fighting or whatever, tend to avoid what could be construed as anti-social messaging, right? This is why they censored Jotaro's smoking in JoJo Part 3.
Drinking beer,
it's why I actually did. Arrow, it's funny. Remember how last week when we were watching Gachiakuta and you were like, he's gonna flip the bird at the villain. And then he just gives him a thumbs down, and I didn't comment because I forgot. In the manga, he totally gives him the middle finger because that is actually the natural thing you would do in that scenario.
Naruto gave people the middle finger.
If it had been the thumbs down, that would have thumbs down in Japan is not like thumbs down in America. If you flash a thumb sign down at someone, it means I'm gonna kill you.
I mean, to be
it's
fair,
a Yakuza thing, really.
he probably is going to try to kill the villain. It's just I forgot that they totally in fact changed it from a middle finger to something else, and so it's just.
But to have a Digimon show basically
I'm just saying I found out the hard way that when you make a thumbs down gesture,
not good.
It doesn't just mean I don't like this chocolate. It means
I really don't like this chocolate.
It's so bad.
Instead, you make like an X with your arms, right? Like
or your fingers.
Run your finger across your neck, right?
Essentially, that's kind of what it is, right? It's like it's like the gladiator,
But still, the idea that that the main character of a show like this would drop out of school
would be like, wow, the establishment sucks so much that then drove this kid to like raving insanity of I need to get rid of everyone else so that I can go so I could get to the Shangri-La egg city off in the distance.
Sure.
Made him decide to just leave school.
Damn.
Also, we are this officially is the Digimon show that's gone the longest without the main Digimon evolving.
I was about to ask. I was like, has it become an adult woman
not yet? Not yet, and it doesn't look like it's going to for the next episode or two, at least.
It's funny because I thought the thing you were going to say was either that, or you were going to say this is the longest a Digimon show has gone without Leomon dying.
Ooh. I mean, we do have a cat-like Digimon on the team that could totally die. Pandamon didn't die, so...
Or I guess it would be Leo Woman, right, to follow the naming schemes. Is there a Leo Woman? Surely there's one already.
Leomon species type Digimon. I'm looking at I'm skimming this gallery here.
We're doing the research, folks.
Yeah.
Bansho Leomon, Heavy Leomon, Kaiser Leomon, Mad Leomon.
Okay, they have not.
Mad Leomon Final Mode, Mad Leomon Orochi Mode.
Okay,
Mad Leomon Armed Mode.
All right, the point is they have not undone that forbidden seal yet. All right.
No.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, yes, as is the refrain, solid kids show Digimon stuff, Yeah. For what it is. I'm compared to Ghost Game, and certainly compared to Adventure 2020. Just a lot more like plot continuity and character building, right? Is going into it, which I just appreciate.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yo, Heavy Leomon's sick though.
Yeah, is he a robot? When you say heavy, I assume he's like Mecha Leomon. Or something, right?
Totally, dude.
All right,
does he also have a
Discord,
gun?
Man.
Does he also have a gun?
Yeah, he does.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay, yeah.
What?
Is that a pile bunker?
Badass! Holy shit!
Is that a pile bunker?
Yeah, pile bunker.
Oh man.
Man, shout out to Heavy Leomon.
Power is the greatest among machine types.
Okay, well now you're giving him jobber flags again. Don't say that. now that you said he's the most powerful of the machine types, that just means it's going to be more shocking when he dies.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. Damn. We need to move on.
That's a cool ass man. I wasn't ready for that. Digimon's all right.
Sometimes, yeah. Oh man.
Let's move on to another show we have not talked about in a while that Artemis is still watching.
Speaking of robots.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Robots with guns here, touring after the apocalypse. How has this been going? I'm actually curious about this one.
Yeah, it's been up and down. So I think the last time I checked in, we've probably passed another 4 episodes-ish?
I think so, yeah.
By now, there was one that I absolutely didn't like just because it was so cliche. They end up in Akihabara.
Okay.
Of course.
Or, what was Akihabara,
yes.
And a good half of that episode is them just trying on and wearing like made
cosplay.
up, like it's not. I don't want to say fan service in the, like vavoom, like
Right. It's just
like,
kind of eye rolling.
but it's fan service in that unique Japanese, like maid cafes, cute cats, cute, like, it's the cute fan service, the cutesy kawaii kind of fan service. They do that for an annoyingly long time, and I wasn't annoyed to the point where I dropped it, but it did undo some goodwill from previous episodes. But I will talk about just the most recent episode because it was interesting plot wise. I'm not gonna say what happened yet. I'm just gonna tell you like at the end, but I'm gonna run through the main kind of part. So they end up at the Honda Collection Hall, right?
Okay.
I've never been there. I'm assuming it's a real, like every place I've been to is a real world place. I'm assuming this is also like an actual place. They have like a racetrack there, like an old racetrack, and they have like a museum where all the Honda, like all these cars and motorbikes and stuff are.
I'm looking this place up. It has a Wikipedia page, so
right, sure. And they go in, and there's like a robot there that's like a guide robot to the museum that's still like functioning. And basically, they get to go on the racetrack, right? Okay. Like it's dilapidated, like it's not, because the racetrack is outside, like it's not it's moss grown and whatnot, but they get to ride on the racetrack. And they do it by the robot helps them, and they help to basically service one of the vehicles to make it drivable again for like a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that they are really, really leaning into the whole, like, because the main character's been having dreams, right? Like of her older sister.
Right.
And she's dreaming that she was with her older sister when that can't really be possible. And this time, towards the end, they like finish up kind of the main plot, and then the other main character says to the main girl, like, "Oh, like you've been acting weird ever since we got here." And then it's revealed that she was hallucinating the whole damn thing. So they were in the museum, like they were in the museum, but the museum was never like there was never any guide robot who helped them.
She was just a delusion, like
to resuit the motorbike, and there was never like, clearly she never got to go on the like everything is just in ruins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you think when they start the episode and the museum is pristine, you're like, well, this is kind of weird that the museum is, even if it's indoors, it's weird that there's still a pristine looking museum,
right?
With, there's no dust anywhere. There's no like nothing is broken. But you just assume like, okay, so sure, it's plot convenience. Sure, the interior of the museum looks fine. And only to the end reveal what it actually looks like, which is, a wrecked building with the remnants of robots and cars and bikes and such that were once historical items, right? So it's still unclear to me, and I'm assuming on purpose, whether or not the main character is also some kind of robot, or whether she has implants of some memories, like, even if she's human, whether she has implants of some memories that are not actually hers, or whether she even is who she thinks she is, right?
Right. What I kept saying, maybe she's like a ghost who or something.
Maybe like
connects with the spirit world.
Kind of got to the point, like, is her companion robot even actually there, or is she, or is this part of her actual, like, is this some kind of hallucination? Like, I don't know.
That's very interesting to have sort of the unreliable narrator angle on that, right?
Right. And if the second girl is there, and if she is, like, she has to be part robot. Is she part robot? Is she full robot? Like, how? Because you see her eating and drinking, right?
Right.
water, like human water, human food. Where does it go? Like how does that work?
So
Did she just hallucinate that railgun in episode 1 and it's just a regular
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? At
But
this point, it's
So but like, how much of it is like not, let's say, non-plot important, just like an excuse / framing device to show these places, even though based on the premise they would be destroyed?
I'm sure plenty of it is an excuse. It still would not surprise me if a bunch of local kind of tourism companies or local like town boards or whatever help to fund the show. I don't know if that is the case. I'm just I wouldn't be shocked.
Right.
Sponsored by Honda.
Right. Like, which is fine. Like whatever know, like whatever you need to get the series funded. Sure. Right. But yeah, a lot of the series is showing like beautiful, overgrown obviously, but beautiful backgrounds. And yes, this is where that famous bridge was, and this is this famous, bell, and here's that shopping mall that's now in ruins, etc.
Mm-hmm.
There's some nice scenery here. I think the show, it's a little jarring when there's heavy CG because it just kind of goes at odds with this show, but it's just a little janky.
Out.
It's a little too obvious. But it's not terrible CG. It's not like one dance CG. It's it's just a little too obvious. And it's mostly when it's mostly vehicle stuff. It's mostly when they're riding motorbikes and need to, show the, speed. Speed of the backgrounds going past and stuff like that.
Right.
Man, 2D drawing vehicles has always been like an extremely specialized skill.
Right. Yeah. But I'm still okay with the show. I do want to see what's going on. Like, I want to know what the end game is in terms of like what is the reality, or what is her mental state, or however they're going to do it. I think it's going to be just your basic 11 or 12 or 13 episode series. I would be surprised if it was a double, like a two core show.
It seems that the manga is still going.
Do you think they'll actually answer that question of like what is actually happening?
I don't know. I don't know if the series is popular enough for them to greenlight a season 2. And I feel like by this stage, the producers or whoever would probably know if that was going to be likely or not, right? So let's just say there's not going to be a season 2 for the sake of the argument. I don't know if they'll spell it out. I don't know if they'll be like, and there you have it. Like,
right.
This is how it is.
Something will happen that'll indicate.
Right. I think they'll give some. I think they'll probably give some large hints that are good enough for people to work out. Like, oh, I get it, kind of thing.
Right.
Which is also fine. I'm not. I don't love shows that spell out every single thing. Like, it's okay to leave something to the viewers to pick up for themselves. So I do hope that is the case, and they don't explicitly say, and this is what happened. But I do want some answers. I don't want them to keep it 100% like, so is there, I'm sure there'll be a lack of ending as far as like, I'm not expecting them to die, or I'm not expecting, because they're on a journey, right? The journey will continue.
Right. It'll just be on to the next adventure.
So that would also be fine.
Right.
They did mention in another episode, like going back, like going. They don't use the word home, but they say back to the shelter, like back to the bunker. So they have like some kind, or they had, some kind of home base where presumably there was like available water and available like, I don't know, media or something, because they're well informed. Like, she has the phone, right? And she has like it shows them, like, for example, like going to an old shrine and bowing, clapping, like how do you pick up right cultures and traditions and stuff without either having media to base that on or having other people around to teach you
right
cultural norms, right?
Right.
So
interesting. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see what they do with it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just ultimately it's really just a chill show with them driving around, right? Regardless
pretty much.
plot.
Yeah. The mystery is tantalizing. I'm glad there is a mystery there because I don't think just the touring part alone would be enough to keep me watching, pretty though it often is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's move along then, and let's talk about Gachiakuta. I think you guys said you only had a chance to watch one episode since last time. After the wild people pulling out their special move gun story, which I loved last time.
Yes.
But
unfortunately, since we're one episode behind, it means we cannot unfortunately speak to Cowboy Man voiced by Akio Otsuka,
alas,
who does the classic shonen thing of reveal his power, and then the scene cuts away.
Yep.
Oh no!
And then we talk for an episode.
Yeah, it's skimming through this week's episode. It's like, yes, no, the episode that we are not caught up on is the like proper ass beating episode that you want out of your battle shonen. But because since we have not gotten to it yet, we can only speak to the talkie phase of the battle shonen, where the villain monologues about how you should forego your moralities and companions in the name of achieving your goals, and how those who lack the ambition to blah 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 are dead. It's fucking Sephiroth shit, right? And our edgy hero is like, ooh, not only did you talk badly about trash, you use trash as a pejorative term, and I love garbage.
Trash. Yep.
You also talked bad about my Nakama. I'll kill you. And it's like, yep, all right, that sure is a shonen. They sure
playing
are
the classics.
Yeah, I think the one slightly entertaining aspect is like, Cowboy Guy reveals his power, and it's like, unfortunately, because Gun was already taken. Cowboy Guy's power is he's basically just Azura from the hit Capcom Xbox 360 video game, Azura's Wrath.
Hell yeah.
He just summons 6 mechanical arms, which is like, what does that have to do with cowboys? Hard to say, but it looks cool.
What if he loaded the 6 arms into a giant revolver?
I mean, that would be pretty baller. But anyways, plot circumstances interrupt the fight. And make the heroes and the villains have to not even really work together as much as it is just they are caught in the same scenario and must survive it. And there is a little bit of the like goofy charm of Gachiakuta where like when they don't have to fight the heroes, they kind of just stand there and chill out.
Yeah,
like there's very much I'm not on the clock anymore, so I don't know, man.
There's been the running thing with the Engine, the like mentor character. His paired off villain is like, please fight me, and Engine's just like, oh no, I'm gonna walk over here and look for other people. And while this dude is groveling and crying and fishing himself to like, please fight me.
Yes, it's very good. Like this villain kid so badly wants to have his battle shonen 1-on-1, and I guess the implication is he's got one of those like defensive stand powers that only activates if he gets attacked.
Right. I assume so.
Engine is just like, are you gonna get in my way? And the guy's like, no. then
I don't care.
Why would I fight you? That's stupid. Like, why would I waste energy doing that? Like, I'll just walk around you. It's pretty good, there's a good part where Cowboy Guy and the good guys he was fighting are like in a like wacky driving sequence, and he's like backseat driving them. He's like, they're driving the car all wrong, and using his robot arms to try to like oversteer the wheel. only to reveal that the steering wheel was never connected to the car the whole time. And it's just two adult men panically like trying to like steer turn a steering wheel that's not connected to a car, which is just stupid, but kind of in a good, charming way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like that's a thing. It's like I think Gachiakuta is a show that has its charms, right? It definitely has its moments, and I think it's still like for what appears to be a again we're not even covering One Punch Man season 3, and I don't even want to like wade into this, but like
No.
I fucking hate every piece of discourse that has come out of like One Punch Man season 3 because like a lot of people on social media have like suddenly become armchair animation directors. But well, if I would One Punch Man season 3 should have done it. They should have.
I get general frustration. Like I understand if you were a fan from season 1,
it does look bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not denying. Like, and that's
Right.
it's like that unfortunate thing. Like, it is worthy of criticism. It is unfortunately a pretty shoddy looking production. And I think if you remember the days of that fucking Madhouse, season 1 adaptation, disappointment, completely understandable. It's the particular like style of criticism that's been coming out where like nobody can just say it looks bad. They have to be like
they should have done this.
Yeah, it's like shut up.
Well, the shot where they showed character A for
it's like
then go and do it. Go and do anime then. Like try, please.
Exactly.
Like,
Anyways, I only bring that up because there's a little bit of grumbling because Bones is doing both Gachiakuta and My Hero Academia this season, so two fairly high profile. Right. And look, you've listened to this podcast, none of us fucking give a shit about My Hero Academia anymore. I've seen the Sakuga clips. Yep. Yes, they look impressive. I'll give Bones credit. They seem to have really brought their A game to the final season of My Hero Academia. It does seem like they are trying to do that final season justice. I don't care. But a lot of people do because in their mind, Gachiakuta got, saddled with the B team at Bones. And to that I say, I think, like, you people need to watch, like, way worse anime. Like, if you think, the Gachiakuta adaptation is bad, and to be fair, it's clear it's not, like, perfect, but, like, you need to watch, like, a Golden Kamuy.
I'll chain them to a chair, make them watch Biscuit Hair.
Yeah, like, you don't know how bad an adaptation can get. Like, truly. If every manga I liked got a Gachiakuta tier adaptation going forward,
dude, we'd be eating good.
We'd be eating pretty good, honestly. That's a decent. That's a good baseline. And yeah, so I think it looks pretty solid for like a admittedly probably a slimmer production than a My Hero Academia. Like I think it has a lot of good qualities. I just also think it falls into many familiar shonen pitfalls, right? Like, and so it's and so much of it just feels like it is that weird thing of like. I think a lot of anime adaptations of manga feel like they have to like we have to make sure that every line written in the manga is spoken in the anime, right? And it just really, really kills the pacing when you just have characters
always has
monologuing for like
15 minutes,
right? 15 minutes about like how morality is an illusion and
tear down this rotten society,
and it's like. I don't know, man. It's just
we got the point.
Yeah,
I wouldn't think if people are complaining that it's not good because it happens to be another Bones show and they're already doing another one. Come on. Like how doesn't like Mappa routinely do like?
Isn't Campfire cooking in another world, Mappa?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Like you're allowed to like they are quite big companies. Like
Bones has multiple internal studios working on different things.
They have like most of these big studios, like your Bones and your Mappas and your like Toys. They have like Studio A, Studio B. Like they have multiple like and and then that's not even to mention their subsidiary. Like come on.
Yeah, I mean that goes back to people think they know what they're talking about and they don't.
Yeah.
Right? Just All right. Well, the more you guys tell me about Gachiakuta, it sounds like at the very least it has like a good sense of humor. Is that fair to say?
Sure, I'd say
sense of fun, maybe. to it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we were kind of talking about this as we've been watching it, right? That they're kind of like, not that it started with Dan to Dan, obviously, but it does feel like we're sort of entering this era of shonen where, at least it feels like many shonen are realizing that maybe like ramping the stakes up too high, like paradoxically, like drains a lot of charm out of a shonen, and that
Mhm.
smaller stakes, more personal like contrivances, and it's always simpler like narrative beats actually serve like the needs of what most battle shonen are trying to achieve, right? Which is, you just want to see high spectacle action with characters you find charming, right? And that, I think Gachiakuta manages to like, even when it has its dude monologuing about like, blah blah blah, morality is for the weak. It's like, for the most part, like, that guy is kind of the exception to the rule. Like, every other villain is just like a sneering cartoon character.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like it continues to be pretty fun, I guess. So that's cool. Let's move on to Gnosia.
Gnosia. Yeah.
And how has that been going?
The past 2 episodes I think were pretty good. Granted, I squeezed in before the podcast today. Our criticisms last time were basically like, they've been doing so much tutorializing without like, and there hasn't been time to like progress the story or do like character stuff, and they did both of those things in these 2 episodes. So like, episode 7 was mostly a character building sort of episode with some fun gags in it. Where the alien looking guy, Shigemichi, has a crush on Stella, the like secretary type character, and so there's a good gag where Shigemichi challenges the ship captain guy. He's like, I'll battle you to free Stella from your evil grasp, and this takes the form of like mega space foosball or
Nice.
something, right?
Okay.
Where they are, and so main character Yuri has no idea what's going on, but there's another character who is giving the amazing, they're doing this maneuver type commentary.
Classic.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And then when Kenjiro Suda captain wins, he's like, in my previous state, I don't think I would have been able to win, but with my powers awakened as a Gnosia, I was able to easily defeat you.
Okay.
And then hard cut to him being put into cold sleep for being a Gnosia, right?
Okay.
Slam to, well,
That's
oops,
pretty good.
you gave it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and I think the important thing that episode establishes, Stella, the character, was shown up a few times, and as I predicted at the very fucking beginning, she's also voiced by Sari Hayame, like the ship's AI, because she is like the ship's AI's interface unit, right?
Okay.
She made like a human body to.
Is she the Sayori Hayami character?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, but and yet she can still become a Gnosia,
Of course.
despite being cybernetic, right? Which I think is going to end up being important, because in the next episode, like, all of the characters are there, more than ever before. Like, pretty much the entire cast has shown up, and they introduced a new role that people can be in this game of deduction, which is the guard duty role, which is that these 2 people are indisputably not infected, right? Which
this Gnosia always tells the truth, and this one always tells lies.
Yeah, so it's like, these 2 people are definitely human. So there's Kukrushka, who has shown up a few times, the like cherubic blonde mute girl who just sits around and makes flower crowns and all that, and then there's a new guy, Remnon, who's like skittish and depressed and freaks out about stuff. But
relatable then. Yeah.
yes, but so they're discussing who to vote off, and then somebody just says, well, Kukrushka and Remnon are indisputably human, so the only way to get all the Gnosia off is we just freeze everybody except those two.
Those two? Sure.
Yeah. And I go, well, okay. And so they go into the freezer, and the ending starts playing, and then the ending stops playing because while everyone was in cold sleep, Karusha went around and killed all of them, like just smashed their pods with a pipe. Like you do this like Terminator sequence, right? Like Remnon is losing his mind.
Yeah. I guess
he pulls like as many people out of cold sleep as he can because Krushka's just killing people.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's the twist here is that, you know, that aliens are not the only threat to the crew.
Yes, like, I think that's what it is, right?
Like even if you see a person is human, that does not mean they are still not a threat to the group.
And
interesting.
Like,
okay.
And it's pretty effective, I think.
I mean, that's a solid twist, right?
Yes.
I mean, like, that's the thing you kind of want from this type of media, right? Is like, if you're introducing new rules to the status quo, like, ideally, it's because you want to like create new. Because the thing with all these types of like, you know, stories that are about a game, right? Is inevitably the players in the game and you, the viewer, learn the rules.
Yes.
And if you learn the rules, then you eventually learn how to like. Once you know the rules of a game, then you can learn how to consistently win the game. And twists like this are a good way to kind of mix it up.
Right, because like, a lot of the previous episodes have been like, here's the new rule, and then let's spend 10 minutes like explaining how this rule affects the dynamics of the voting and the maths behind such things, right? And then, yes, let's introduce the rule where these people are always good. And then one of the always good people kills everyone.
Right. That's and so like, I mean, is it like, well, now that what did you say was Kukurushka is murdering people, is it also now a thing of like, well, with every reset, like, is she always going to be a murderous person, or is
unknown,
it like,
right?
Okay, all right, you know.
I'm not sure because she's just been your precious quiet girl for a couple episodes now. Although Remnon, before she goes crazy, Remnon, the skittish guy, is like, I cannot stand being near Krushka because she reminds me of my previous owner who treated me like a dog and sexually abused me, who I barely escaped. She reminds me of that person, so I'm going to stay far away.
Okay. Man,
there's a lot happened in episode 8.
I mean, you know,
this is all one episode.
What I've been told about this anime, or you know, the story, right? This game is that it sure went some places, and it sure sounds like it is going some places.
Yes, and and then our cliffhanger ending for episode 8 is after being horribly murdered. You know, Yuri wakes up in the next loop, and finally, it is the loop where we're pulling the trigger on they are a Gnosia this time, right? So, you know, they're doing things that I hope they would do.
Yeah,
right?
That's cool. I mean, that it sounds fun. It sounds like they are, as you said. If you're gonna make an entire anime about a game of werewolf,
you better do some shit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, God, the number of times, like, I mean, even just like when we you know, it was a quick part, right? But like, you know, the captain be like, yes, I won because I was a Gnosia, and the joke being he outed himself instantly. It's like, who amongst us has not played like a game of Among Us or Werewolf, where like somebody just like accidentally like lets it rip?
Shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yep.
Sounds fun.
Criticisms addressed for now. Like,
Gnosia's still hanging in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's move along then let's talk about Spy Family Season 3. We finished the bus arc. And, Artemis, you have not had an opportunity to talk about Spy Family in a long time. I think at the top of this, before the call, you were saying you might have some things to say. Do you want to start off with your feelings on Spy Family right now?
Yeah, I hated it.
Wow!
This was terrible.
I'm vindicated.
I didn't listen. So I don't know what you said last. I didn't listen to the recent. I was away and I just didn't. I was behind in my media. I didn't listen to what you guys said about it when you were.
I personally said I hated it, but
okay.
Yeah,
so I thought it was the worst story arc of the anime so far. I'm going to assume that they drew just straight from the manga as they normally do, right?
They did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just thought it was really bad. It was bad. It was not a good story. I don't like guys holding guns to kids. I think that's not cool.
Fair.
Hot take. I don't think that's a cool thing. I don't think it's a cool thing that by the end we've given him a nice backstory and we haven't vindicated his actions or anything like that. I'm not going to go that far, but we've given him kidnappers and kid shooters are people too. We kind of did go there, and I thought it was just really a bad story.
It's so I here's the thing. I actually do broadly agree with you, Artemis. I think Bus Namek is widely derided by a lot of people as one of Spy Family's weakest moments. I think it's especially jarring because we're coming off the Lloyd backstory arc, which is also another attempt by Spy Family to engage in darker, more serious material. And I think people broadly agree that the Lloyd backstory thing overall works, whereas I think most people agree Bus arc does not.
Right.
And
I don't dislike dark story. Let it be on record. I liked the Lloyd backstory stuff. I genuinely like that because I don't have an issue with Spy Family tackling darker story arcs or darker things. That's not my sticking point.
And that's why I agree with you, because I definitely think that I think the Bus story just I think it is biting off more than Spy Family can chew, in particular. This is not, because here's the thing, right? It's I come from the angle of, our bus jackers are sort of framed as, functionally, a peaceful student protest group turned violent through oppression, right? What if, Tiananmen Square happened in the world of Spy Family, and it further radicalized, the people, right? And it's just getting into how protest groups can be radicalized towards violence due to the overstepping of the state is a theme that I think is interesting. One can check out our podcast "Legend of the GLORIO Heroes," where we talk about this.
Right, and to Spy Family's credit, we do get some of in the present time. The state kind of sucks. When they say the secret police or whoever are taking over from the cops, and they're don't tell any of the parents, just say they're late home. Stuff like that.
And also the part where they are willing to storm the bus, casualties be damned, right? Which is
right.
And so obviously I think it is trying to get at it is trying to pick at the political tensions of the Spy Family setting, it being this sort of fake Eastern Germany, sort of vibe, but it's and I think a lot of those trappings work as aesthetics, and usually I don't like it when something is only used for its aesthetics in media, but because of Spy Family's tone as a child-friendly comedy, I think arcs like this it really strains like what Spy Family is capable of pulling off, right? Especially if
Right.
we're going to be using Anya as like, because this is primarily an Anya story, right? And so like Anya is a great character for the like more comical elements of Spy Family. I just this arc really kind of exposes she is not a character built for a plot line with this kind of weight, I guess.
Yeah, I think the absence of, I know Lloyd was technically there, but like the absence of Lloyd and Yor in this in these episodes was definitely felt. I agree.
Sorry, go ahead.
You can finish.
I was going to say, I feel like maybe almost judging by the end of the arc, like how that not the last episode, but like I think the last piece of the episode where Damien's mom comes in and then Anya gets that kind of weird, like she's not sure what's going on because the mum is thinking what appears to be two very opposite things at the same time.
Yes.
I feel like maybe the story arc was designed just so they could show that.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like the only real like narrative gain from this plot line is the reveal that there is something deeply wrong with Damien's mom.
And it was an excuse to get a star for Anya.
Well, yes,
right.
Yes, that's it.
But I do think probably the best moment of the show of these episodes was like when Yor shows up and Anya finally breaks down and then she gets that kind of intriguing.
That was very on point, on brand, very like genuinely touching.
Just the pathway here was like,
boy, and just and I know I don't need to say this, and I'm not saying Japan should, take into consideration the social climate or political climate or general goings on of other countries, but like, I mean,
okay, I think what might sum up what you're feeling, Artemis, is one of the part that I was screaming at was when I forget the guy's name when he's ready to turn himself in. He's like walking through everything in his mind, and he's like, yes, I always knew the methods of Red Circus were bad, but I had to, whatever. And I'm like, you're totally failing at whatever you're trying to do here.
It doesn't work, right? And again, it's like, I think like if you want to do the like villain has a change of heart because he sees the precious soul of a child, it's like you need a villain with like who's committing a crime with not nearly this much baggage, right? Because like, again, to be clear, I agree, you should not point guns at children. This is also the plotline where they're like, we want like the like release of like our like allies who were like wrongfully imprisoned, and the Secret Service dudes are like, we killed most of those people in captivity.
Yeah,
and it's like, like how?
Although whether or not they were lying, right?
Like the idea being that they were likely tortured to death, right? And it's like we can't, like,
So it fails on both levels. If you want it, your fun, goofy Spy Family story that has a weirdly kind of dark undercurrent to it, it fails at that because it's I think again the absence of Lloyd and Yor and having only Anya carry it was just a big factor in that. And then if you want to actually, do you have something actually important to say here or meaningful or a serious, any kind of serious topic you want to cover here? It fails at that as well, right? So like, it just fails on whatever angle going with it.
I don't think that what was it? Only 2 episodes, right?
Yes.
Like the arc itself was 2 episodes.
It was not 2.5, I guess, technically.
I think it might have been at least 3, right? Because we had the last 2.
Oh, if we're counting, they get on the bus at the end of 43.
Yeah, I think if we're counting the epilogue, which is the latest episode, which is kind of the aftermath of everything,
it is about 3 episodes worth of screen time. Yeah.
All right. Like I'm not saying those 3 episodes or 2.5 or whatever I count it was devoid of good content because every now and again there was a spark, and then.
I mean, there's a lot of good Anya faces in this.
Good Anya faces, if nothing else. But Yeah, like taken as a whole, I was just so glad to see the back of it.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
I
it's
it kind of that really put a damper on the season for me, to be honest.
I feel you. I definitely sympathize. I think again, despite the fact that it is jokingly called bus Namek, like it is, I guess, perhaps the quote unquote like saving grace of a show like this, that even in its weakest moment, at least it does not. At least it was only 3 episodes, I guess.
Right.
Like we'll be moving on to something else next week, right?
Yeah. But I fear that those 3 episodes were so bad comparatively to the rest of Spy Family that is what people will most remember about the season.
Maybe, yeah. I think there will be. I think if they are following the order, I think they are. They should have some decent material to work with towards the end here, but it's definitely not Spy Family's highest moment.
Yeah.
I
mean, that kind of combined with what I was talking about last time also was just my general, like, I feel like I've seen everything I'm ever going to see out of Spy Family.
Right.
I'm like not super excited to watch every week, but I'm sticking with it.
Oh, you will? Okay, that was going to be my question. Like, if you were gonna,
I was on
that much that you were just going to drop it.
I've been on the fence, but I'm like, yeah, it's earned enough goodwill. I'll stick with it.
I've watched this many episodes at this point. What am I going to
at this point
now? Like,
right. And at this point, we are what, like 3 episodes away or 4 from the end of the season, anyway. Like,
yeah.
So
I'll stick with it. Okay, well, let's move along and talk about Umamusume Cinderella Grey.
Yeah, all right.
We got 2 episodes this time, G.
Yeah, we got 2 whole episodes. Wow.
2 whole episodes. Shockingly. We're dealing with the aftermath of the Autumn Tenno show.
Well, and the Japan Cup.
Yes. And Oguri Cap has lost her groove.
She sure has. Not only has she lost her groove, she has lost her material stability, molecular stability.
She's just a cartoon blob in these episodes. It's some real high quality, top tier sports anime power up talk. I feel like in this.
I think like if you like, I still enjoyed these episodes a great deal. You could probably make the argument that these 2 episodes have been some of the most like by the numbers sports anime, right? Like
she literally has to learn how to go Super Saiyan.
Yes. Like Oguri Cap is in a funk after losing both the Tenno show and the Japan Cup. There's like I think it works though, right? Because like we were talking about Oguri Cap, the character who like at least she's introduced as like she runs for the love of the game, right? But as like often happens in pro sports, right? Like the fun gets drained out of it because now you're doing it for like the stakes are so much higher, the expectations are so much higher, and like I think like at least the first of these 2 episodes is very much about like trying to like help Oguri Cap rediscover her love of running, and I liked it. It was an excuse to bring back the girls from Kasamatsu. We get we get Fujimasa March and the 3 former bully girls here. All now they're all good friends.
Yep.
We get Coach Joe back.
Yep.
To give a good pep talk before he's like, well, I'm still not an accredited trainer yet. I'll see you later.
I failed my exam, but hey,
just
kill it. Go kill it out there.
Yeah, but I did enjoy it again. Maybe just on the back of like the 47th Oguri Cap screenshots I took in that episode.
Yes, but and the big kind of thing is like they recognize that when Tamamo Cross and Obey Your Master were able to create a reality marble, basically.
Yes, right.
Right.
So
we're like mechanically recognizing
that
they can get you in what they're calling the zone.
The zone. Yes.
Yeah. And Oguri Cap doesn't have the zone yet.
No. She is on the verge, right? She is on the she is beginning to break the barrier, but she is not there yet, right? And it's I mean, I do kind of appreciate that. I mean, it's the most biggest cliche in the world for a character to look at the camera and say, "This isn't a manga or an anime, damn it." But like, but I mean, what I'm getting at is I appreciate that what they're not doing is like, oh, you got to train to enter the zone, right? What it is you just need to keep training to be the best athlete, right? And in turn, the conditioning that comes with becoming a top athlete will enable you to like surpass your limits, right? It's not like you gotta like meditate under a tree to find the zone or whatever. So
yeah, I feel like there's still a little bit of the you gotta find your reason for racing.
Well, there's that, right? There's the classic of what is your motivation, right? Why do you race, right? And
so that you can be fired up enough to but that kind of leads us into the latest episode, which kind of ratchets up the tension. Congrats, G, you got your Dicta Striker almost entire episode. Almost.
Yeah, Dicta Striker finally got to do stuff. Look, I'm just glad they finally let Dicta Striker have some really fucked up looking faces.
Yes.
She made Dicta Striker look like she's gonna fucking tear your throat out this episode.
But apparently Dicta Striker has apparently found the zone right
through her. But yeah, so basically, yes, I guess we'll start from the top here, right? Where we're now preparing for the Arimakinen, which is the last major G1 race in the Japanese horse racing circuit. The Arimakinen is, my understanding is it's basically an invitational. Like I think
they invite they invite the most popular horses,
and so it is like regardless. It's almost like I guess the gimmick is supposed to be like regardless of age, weight class, gender. It is just the most popular horses of the year are entered into the Arimakinen. And so it is kind of a free-for-all, winner-take-all. Like, it is generally considered to be the most prestigious Japanese race, or at least one of the most prestigious races in Japan. So this is a pretty big deal. And we also get the reveal. Tragically, my girls, they're divorced. They're divorcing. Tamamo Cross announces in classic sports anime drama, this year's Arimakinen will be her last race.
Yes. And it means Oguri's Cap only chance to get her revenge and defeat her rival. They make sure to go full circle, and now Oguri Cap is just like
she's the one who's angry about feeling like she's being left behind.
Right, she's just like Fujasa March, right? Yeah. Where now she's the one getting left behind, and she gets some training time with Dicta Striker.
Yes, it is the classic like, like Dicta Striker again. As much as I joke, right? Here, look, I'm not stupid. Yeah, she is a narratively irrelevant character. Like, she is clearly not a front and center character in Cinderella Grey. But I do like the role she kind of serves here as the like hidden rival, right? This idea that like rivalries are not always a two-way street. Sometimes there is a person you want to surpass, and they may not even know it until the day you're hot on their heels, right? Like, and this idea that like Dicta Striker is always kind of like looked at Oguri Cap with, jealousy and admiration, right? Like that Oguri Cap has accomplished what Dicta Striker perceives she has failed to accomplish. And thus, for Dicta Striker, Oguri Cap is her guiding star in the same way that Tamamo Cross was Oguri Cap's, right? And, this idea that, right, iron sharpens iron, right? And like Dicta Striker, and again, very classic sports anime stuff, right? Like, she wants Oguri Cap at her best, right? Because if she doesn't beat Oguri Cap at her best, then it doesn't count, right? And so, Dicta Striker basically, like, demonstrates how to enter the zone in front of Oguri Cap, right? To try to motivate her. And, helps Oguri Cap get her groove back in time for the Arimakinen. Yeah. It's classic, like, our sports rivalries are, when you make all your athletes cute anime girls, it really makes the homoerotic undertones of all sports anime a lot more obvious. You didn't watch the third season of Pretty Derby Gel. I will just say shout outs to the Dicta Striker, and probably why. I mean, beyond just her design, I probably like this Dicta Striker a lot. She reminds me of a character named Cheval Grand in season 3 of Pretty Derby, and like
Okay.
Cheval Grand's story is like maybe the only part of season 3 I really like, where she is like not a background. She's like season 3's Dicta Striker. Like she is in almost every race that Kita-san Black is in, and like loses every single one.
Right.
And just like constantly, just like there are just like parts of season 3 that just focus on Cheval Grand's like frustration at her inability to surpass a person she has deemed her rival. And to be clear, Kita-san Black has had like all of like, I don't know, like maybe 5 spoken lines to Cheval Grand all of season 3.
Right.
Like barely even knows she exists, right? Like she's not rude about it, but to her, Cheval Grand is just another competitor, right?
Yeah. And
meanwhile, Cheval Grand, in a little bit of an obey your master-esque twist, is like obsessed with Kita-san, cannot stop thinking about Kita-san. Like, is fighting Kita-san ghosts in her nightmares, right? And
right.
Kind of the big triumphant, like, it's one of the few things I actually like about season 3, and I think is a thing I continue to like about the fact that because these are based off of real horses, they have to like follow their careers. So like, one of Kita-san's last races, not the very last, but like her like penultimate race in her like retirement in the Real Horses Racing Tour, loses to Cheval Grand in like a big upset, and so like Cheval Grand finally gets her like big triumphant moment, finally gets Kita-san to acknowledge her as a rival. And anyways, I was just looking for that excuse because I'm never going to be able to get to say the words Cheval Grand in this podcast ever again. Shout out Cheval Grand. I can't wait to come to Global in the game. I will put it all on you whenever you're available. But
right.
And I would do the same for Dicta Striker if she was a real horse, but sadly she is not. She is an OC.
Yeah.
I think based on my research, Dicta Striker is the copyright friendly OC based off the Japanese racehorse Soccer Boy.
Okay. Striker. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So get it, Dicta. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah.
But yeah, no. I think these 2 episodes overall, obviously set up right, like we are,
right. So if we're gonna have 10 episodes, right, that means the last 2 episodes will fit nicely as the Arima Kainen / epilogue.
I think so.
Right.
Yes, I think that's what we're setting up here, right? And
yeah,
I like, I'm still having a good time. I think, again, like, it's like what we sometimes say about like how like you could not write better plot lines to Evo, like,
right.
Like the fact that like we have this rivalry between these 2 white horses, one of whose is like retiring after this race, the other desperate to get her revenge match. Like it's, oh man, nah, this is drama,
That's
baby.
The truth is stranger than fiction type of yeah. And it's like I don't know who's gonna win I mean, I could go look it up, but I'm not looking it up on purpose. But
I feel like narratively, like because like Oguri Cap has lost the last 2 races, I feel like surely she has to win the Arima Kinen.
Right.
But, like, I can't even say that confidently, right?
Yeah, I mean, these have all been stories about, most of the stories have been about not reaching your dreams, right? Or not achieving your dreams, or not in the way that you thought you were going to, right?
Yeah.
So it would not shock me. But narratively, yes, it feels like the way they have framed the story, because I mean they do have some control on how they frame the story, right? Like it does feel like this is Oguri Cap's time to get her one victory in, right? So still looks great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the crazy Super Creek faces. I mean,
dude, I am like,
she could also win this thing. So
yeah, right. I mean, that's a thing, right? Like we cannot count her out. Like it's both in the terms of the outcome of the race and also like, like look, I think we've all gotten used to at this point the kind of faces these girls make when they're racing, and still,
it's just weird on Super Creek.
Yes, well, even like Dick Distress, like I was not like I knew she was gonna look pretty intense this episode. She looks like she's about to fucking like come out of the screen and kill you, like in this episode.
I did find it funny they did sneak in one bit with Super Creek. I forget, she was feeding apples to somebody.
She's trying to feed apples to Mama Cross.
Yes, being the mommy.
Yes.
Yes, but yeah, I mean, they're building her up. She could win it. Who knows?
Look, I need to know what evil face Super Creek looks like. Like, what are we doing? Like, because, like, okay, take your bets right now, Jel. Are they gonna like lean into like the yandere? Like, she's still smiling. Like, she still has the like motherly look, and that's why it's creepy.
We kind of got like a little glimpse of it in her one race that they showed, right? Yeah. But I could see that being the kind of more of a yandere type of
or is she just gonna fucking let it rip like the rest of these characters?
Yeah,
snarling like a rabid animal.
Yeah, I'll take what we can get. But yeah, all right.
Oh, well, also, it'll be interesting. You know what? This does remind me. I will also say, speaking of Oguri Cap, shout out to Oguri Cap. She helped me win the Virgo Cup. So,
oh, nice! You're keeping the streak. Oh, you didn't. You came close last time. You didn't win.
No, I lost. I lost Leo last time, but came back strong with. I never lost faith in Oguri Cap. You know, honestly,
is Oguri Cap still like? I don't know who else has come out. She's still like kind of the best overall.
She's good. Like, I mean, it's classic, like, launch character in a gotcha syndrome where, like, she is reliable, but,
she's getting power crept.
Yes, the power creep is happening.
Yeah. Final note, I just saw this morning, Cinderella Grey is ending the manga.
It is ending, yes, I believe, in 5 chapters, they said, so.
Yeah, so it's monthly, so it'll be in July or something, but there's clearly more after where the anime is ending.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they keep going, man. I'm continuing to have a real good time.
Why they would stop this train from moving, because it's a big deal. But
yes,
yeah, looking forward to the end. All right. Well, let us wrap things up then and talk about Sanda. And I think you guys did not get to watch the latest episode. Is that correct?
No, I have not, but I did watch the one before that, so I
but also Goat Town, like...
What was that?
Yeah, but also don't worry about it. Like, don't worry about spoilers, right? Like,
oh no, I'm just more so. Is it is it just me on talking about it? But
I think it may. But I have read the manga, so like
yeah. Well, you guys did watch the one of the episodes, right? Which is
the one where he tries to kiss his fiance.
Yeah. Yep. So I feel like. That was fine. I feel like the more notable stuff did happen in the most recent episode.
Oh, of course, yes.
So there was that whole dynamic of what's his name, the actual adult guy.
Gachiakuta? Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
He thinks Santa will die if a kid kisses him, and
yes, because it would be
Sanda does not, in fact, die after she pecks him on the cheek, but yeah, that was all fine. The most recent episode has, I think, most notably, Black Santa.
Yes.
If that triggers any memories for you guys.
This is coming back. Yes.
Which I will note, it is not. This is Santa wearing a black business suit.
Yes, we should make it clear.
Yes. He's wearing black clothes.
Dark Santa,
if you will. And this is the Santa that is willing to kill even children. So Sanda is training with the headmistress, and she's trying to draw out Dark Santa so that he can kill Namatame before she kills him.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But regular Santa can never hurt a child, so he has to turn to evil Santa,
dark mode, sure,
dark mode, to be able to. And this, of course, does not go well as Sanda attempts to hang out with Namatame and go through with it. He obviously cannot go through with it, and all of this is basically these 2 episodes are all building up to what I'm assuming is going to be like the big finale here, where they have like the kids festival or whatever it's called.
Santa versus a murderous child.
Yes, but there's like I forget the exact name, some kind of youth festival or something. That
right.
Yeah, and it's there that Namatami, one of the kid killers, and by that I mean child who kills people, is planning to take out Santa. And that's kind of plot A. And then we have plot B with Fujimura and Ono, which has been kind of interesting, where I feel like they're really actually wrestling with kind of the themes going on here, with, you know, Ono now being a quote-unquote adult, right?
Yes.
And Fujimura is not there yet, and they're just like no longer on the same page and not sure how to navigate that.
Right.
Including some very awkward moments in this episode with everybody getting naked in the nurse's office. But
where else are you? Where else are you gonna do it, right?
Yeah. But that part's been interesting because they plan on going to the youth festival or whatever together, and then Ono's supposed to leave or whatever. But I have a feeling it will not be that simple.
See, her body is like exploding or something.
Yes. And it the latest episode kind of ends with Ono meeting Oshibu, and Oshibu is like, "Oh yes, please tell me your problems." So he's going to try to get to her apparently. But,
of course, yes.
Yeah. So it's all still kind of build up with these 2 episodes. Not that there aren't some pretty wild things going on.
Right, I mean, I assume this is around where Namatame gives her, like, kind of insane backstory about like, how she became a killer child.
Oh, you know what? I didn't get to that. Yes, Namatame does give her backstory about her mom and her mom kind of going through, apparently, like, not to the degree of what Oshibu was doing, but apparently there is technology in this present version of the world where you can do some pretty dramatic, like, plastic surgery stuff to keep yourself alive.
Right.
And, her mom becomes obsessed with that and, ends up like, it's always the hands, because with all the technology they can't like de-age your hands for some reason, right?
Of course.
Like we saw that with Oshibu, and we see it with her, and she wants the hands of a 20-year-old, but she has the hands of like a 45-year-old, and she can't stand it.
Oh no!
And so yeah, stuff happens. All of it, and this ends up with Namatami like killing her mom or whatever, and that's why she's in the kid killer class. It's just wild sentences coming out.
I mean, this is the thing that's like so great about Sanda, right? Is because like on one hand, like Nabatame's mother being yet another victim, right? And specifically mother, right? A woman, like the obsession with like the maintenance of youth, the obsession with the maintenance, like the maintaining of eternal beauty, and like the ways in which like these societally enforced like desires can like warp people into becoming their most monstrous selves. But also, it's fucking Paru Itagaki, and so it's going to be told in like the most outlandish way imaginable.
Yes, it's everything like all the dials are turned to 11. There's just some wild stuff happening. Of course there, in this world, kids would legally be allowed to kill adults, but we have to keep them, in a separate classroom. That's reasonable. This all makes sense, right?
Hell yeah.
So, and of course, the headmaster would, hire the services of one of these children to kill Santa Claus at the
of course,
because she's legally able to do so. And Santa,
and she
of course,
has the skills to do it.
She's done it before. Santa has to listen to the will of the wishes of children. So, all of this makes sense. I don't see a problem. Yeah. Again, so much of the show is just like, yeah, all right, sure, that makes sense.
I guess.
I guess. Yeah. So, yeah. So I suspect the remaining episodes are probably going to be pretty wild once we get into.
If there's anything I could confidently say about Sanda, it's that it's probably going to get pretty wild.
What kind of new powers will Santa pull out of his ass in the next couple episodes? We shall see. But I'm sure having fun.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aside from Umamusume, this is my other favorite thing happening this season, so I'm enjoying it. All right. Well, that is going to do it for today's episode then. Like I said, I don't know what our next episode is going to be, whether we're going to wrap this up or we might have previews or maybe both. I don't know, but that'll be the end of 2025, and then it's on to top 10. So,
oh boy,
stay tuned for all that, folks. But in the meantime, let's do our housekeeping. You can check us out at theglorioblog.com. Follow us on Blue Sky at theglorioblog. You can subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, Stitcher, and of course YouTube, where you can like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, all those good things. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, and we'll catch up next time.